Africa is a very rich continent, and most Africans are poor. Why is that?
I think there's a number of reasons. So, and I'm speaking from experience having traveled on the continent for the past 30 years. Africa is a resourceful continent. We've got all sorts of minerals on the continent. The beauty of it is that it's not only what is under the ground, the minerals, but also the natural vegetation, the mountains and the rivers, and above all, the people of Africa. So we are rich in that manner. We are rich. Unfortunately, we don't see that wealth. And for me, every time I see Africa arising. So Africa is arising. And there's nothing like Africa is poor. If Africa was poor, why so many Europeans that are coming onto the continent? Why so many Chinese are on the continent? They're coming because we are rich as a continent. And we need to see that. And we need to appreciate that. And we need to ensure that our resources, natural resources, human capital, whatever that we have is not taken advantage of by those that are coming from outside. And that's very critical.
What is the Africa you imagine?
Okay. The first one is an integrated, united Africa that I see. And for me, what inspires me, and I say it wherever I go on the continent, is that currently we are blessed because we've got Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement as a continent, and it's the biggest in the world. And that allows free movement of goods and services, persons and capital. In the past, as Africans, we were scared to do business amongst each other because there were no clarity in terms of some of the agreements. Most of the agreements were binationals. So for now, the continent is speaking in one voice to say we must allow capital to move freely. A lot of companies, my company also, and I've heard horror stories of companies. The other day we were at the president's meeting asking us to tell him stories about our experiences on the continent. And I heard horror stories of some of the businesses that could not move their capital from those countries. And some of the CEOs that ended up in jail because they refused to pay bribes. So the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement is resolving those issues. So I'm excited because I can see integration, I can see unity in that. That's the one. The second one, there's a lot of wars, let me call them wars, on the continent for various reasons. And some of them not caused by Africa itself, but caused by externalities. So it is important that the guns are silenced so that Africa can grow and Africa can be the brightest light. You always talk about lightning in your book. The light Africa that is bright, that allows Africa to shine, rather than to be called a dark Africa. The last one, is that it's my prayer that Africans must see Africans as one people. And also to ensure that the attraction of the right people back to the continent happens. Because currently we've got a lot of Africans that are outside the African continent. We talk about the diaspora. We need to bring those people back onto the continent, and that's my prayer. Because if we run away out of our own continent, people will come onto the continent and come and prescribe things for us that are not even African, and that are not African solutions. So it is important that we create ourselves as Africans, African solutions for Africa.
Wow.